So I know people are still kind of rolling in, but it is time to get started. And I just want to really start by welcoming you and thanking you for taking some time out of your day to tune in and have an equinox ceremony with me. And with each other. It's so beautiful to see this spiritual community growing and expanding and transforming. And so part of my mission is always to have you know that you're not alone, that we're all on this journey together. I know things are pretty wacky in the world, and there's a lot of separation. There's a lot of feelings of division, and pretty much in every arena, there are sides that are being taken. And this is really a time for us to come together in unity, regardless of our beliefs or our political stand or our feelings about what's going on in the world. This is a time to recognize that we are this global community of light, and we're all in this together. And we get to support each other and we get to connect. And I invite you, if you can see the other participants, maybe just scroll through and see all of the beautiful faces that are here sharing in this event today, because this is truly soul family. So trying to keep everyone muted. So I'd love to begin with just kind of letting you know, like welcoming you, letting you know what's going on. I called this because of the equinox. It's a great day for balancing, for getting in tune with your energy, for getting in tune with the earth and the energy of the stars and the planets in the solar system, and tuning in to grounding your energy in the earth. I know it's intense out there. I am getting calls and emails every day from people that are feeling thrown off balance, people that are feeling, some people are waking up and they're feeling just wacky. Some people are feeling mentally really challenged. Psychic powers and gifts are being activated for a lot of people. For others, it's health challenges. There are a lot of people experiencing physical breakdowns or outside of themselves, breakdowns in their lives. If you're experiencing breakdowns in your life, whether physically, emotionally, mentally, relationship-wise, just put me in the chat so I can see how many are on the same page here. Me too. Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of me's coming in. And so again, I want you to know that you're not alone. We are in this transformational energy. More light is coming onto the planet. More intensity is being experienced. And here's the thing, as we absorb and open to more of that light, our shadow work is naturally going to bubble up to come out. It's like you can't fill a glass without having, if there's something in the bottom of it, it's going to float on top. It's got to come out. And it's like the new light coming into the planet is pushing up all of our darkness, really, all of our negativity, all of our shadow work, all of our triggers, so that we can let them go. And so ultimately, at the highest level, if you can look at this as a gift, it's a gift from the universe, even when you're experiencing breakdowns, even when the world seems to be in total chaos and upheaval, it's all for a purpose. And what it's doing is pushing that shadow, the collective shadow, up and out, so that we can, as a global community, experience more light, more unity, and ascend, more embodiment of the ascension frequencies, which is what I intend to do with you today. So just to let you know how this call is going to go, we're going to do, I'll talk a little bit, we'll do a process where you're going to need a pen and paper. So if you don't have a pen and paper in front of you, just grab something you can write on. We're going to do that shortly. And then we'll go into an activation meditation. And then at the end, I'll leave time for share back and any questions that you want to ask. And I'll just say, if you have questions, try to have them be global, sort of something that would be assisting the community rather than personal. Like, I'd rather not have you ask about your personal health or a relationship or something like that. And also know that this is recorded, it will be shared. So whatever it is that you share, you're giving consent to share that going forward publicly. So just know before you share anything too personal that that is the case. Okay, so I just kind of talked about how things are all sort of churned up right now. And there is this concept in the world about how when there's a big transformation, everything goes into chaos first. It's really, it's all the way back to the Big Bang theory, where everything came apart and then everything came back together in an orderly fashion. I know there's a scientific term for this and I'm not sure what it is, but it's chaos to order, right? It's from this like feeling of like, oh my gosh, it's so much, it's so intense, there's so much going on, how am I supposed to handle this? Like feeling like you're gonna boil over, feeling overwhelmed. And then there's a release that happens. And then you come back to center. It's the effect of chaos to order. Remember to stay muted if you accidentally unmute yourself. And so I want to demonstrate this first visually by, as I was going through pictures recently in some old files, I came across this. I had gone to, it was actually a Joe Dispenza retreat in 2015. And I had a GDV report, which is kind of like, it's like Kirlian photography for your energy field. And has anyone ever had one of those or seen them where they take a picture of your energy field going in, and then they also take a picture as you're leaving the seminar. And the idea is that you're going to be in a better place when you leave than you were when you came in, or at least that's the theory. And so you do this and you see how much more aligned you are when you go out than you are when you came in. And so I had a really interesting thing happen that apparently has happened to a few people. When I went in, I had quite perfect energy, or as close to perfect energy as you can get almost, very harmonious. And then when I had my last, my ending sequence done, I was all over the place. It was chaotic. It was as if someone had taken my whole system and shaken it up, and it looked terrible. As far as if you're looking for balance, it was not balanced. And I was like, how could this be? So I got to have a call with the practitioner after the event. And she said, okay, this is a very strange thing that happens sometimes. But what happened is your energy was still in flux. And you had done all of these meditations and all this stuff at the retreat. And I had actually come in, I was one of the first ones to have it done because I had to leave. So she felt like I came in too early to have it done. My energy hadn't gotten back to center yet. And it was so interesting that I just want to show you visually what it looks like. So I'm gonna share my screen. And this is just to demonstrate that out of chaos comes harmony. So, all right, here we go. This is the report. And it's really an interesting thing to have done, but here we go. This is my emotional field, my emotional body. And you can see there on the left, it's in pretty good shape. I don't have a lot of holes going on or a lot of openings. We're looking for, pretty clear energy body. But then on the right going out, it's kind of a mess. It's got holes. It's got all kinds of jagged edges there. And it's not supposed to look like that when you're balanced. And then here's the really fun one. Okay, so this is going in. This is my energy centers going in. And my practitioner said that's about as balanced as a person can be, especially before the retreat. They might expect something like this after the retreat, but my energy centers are all basically the same size. They're aligned and looking good. So that was going in. And then here's coming out. So that is just a wacky mess. And you can see there, it looks like, I mean, some of them, like look at my solar plexus or my second center is like all way off to the right. And I just got things all over the place, not the same sizes, not the same alignment. It's a mess. So that is what happens when we're in flux. And so it was really as if someone took my energy and just just shook it up. And then it was a process over time. And I didn't have it done again. So I don't know how long it took me to get back to balance. She said usually it's just, a few hours or a day, and I just came in too soon. But I love the visual of that, because that picture is where we are as a global community right now. We are in the flux and we are feeling unaligned, and we're not feeling very harmonious as a global whole. And it's okay. And it's okay because where we're going is to a higher frequency, to more balance, to more alignment, to more clarity, and to more unity. And I really know, like, beyond a shadow of a doubt, this is the beginning of stepping into the new earth. And so it's our job as light bringers, as frequency holders, as the awake, ascending consciousness, aware people, to hold these frequencies and to hold the vision of the reality that we're stepping into, and not to get caught up in the fear, not to get distracted by the world and all of the insanity that's going on around us, because it's very easy to get distracted. And so many of us are empaths. Empaths are feelers. We feel things deeply. We feel what's going on in the earth. We feel the pain of our brothers and sisters and our global community, and we want to help. And yet we feel helpless a lot of the time to do anything. And so it's just so important to know that you're not alone. We're all in this together. The world is in that flux state, but it's going to come back together in a better way. The harmony comes from the chaos, because when things are just status quo, when things are just going along in the normal way, then no change is made. We get stagnant, we get melancholy, we don't evolve when there's no challenge. So this challenge, I will challenge you to think of the challenges in your life right now as a gift from the universe. It's a gift from the divine for our world to step in to a higher functioning place, to step into a higher frequency space, to step into that 5D and higher experience of reality. We all get to do that. So moving forward here, I have a little writing activity that I'd like to do with you. And this is really about tuning in, because as I said, before we can really hold a greater frequency of light, we must be relieved or release, let go of our shadow work. We must allow some of that trauma and baggage from this life, from childhood, from past lives, from galactic life, from the global community. We must allow that out of our system so that we can feel harmonized and balanced again, and open to receiving more light. As long as we're holding on to our shadow parts, we're closed down, maybe not entirely, but at some level, our shadow puts a shadow over our heart. And opening our heart is how we hold and interact with these new frequencies that are coming in. It's really all about heart opening and allowing the frequencies into the heart and exchanging through the heart. And I don't mean just the organ of the heart, but the heart center, which is a multi-dimensional center where we can interface with divine light and allow more of it into our being. So grab your pen and paper, and I'm just going to share a couple things. What I'm going to do here is have you take a moment to scan yourself, scan your life as I mention these various things. And what you're looking for is you're looking for the traits, the habits, the things that are bringing your energy down and your frequency down, and things that could be, and I just want you to be honest with yourself. Nobody else is going to see this. This is just for you. But I want you to be truly honest with yourself and write down whatever it is that needs to change or needs to go away or needs to be reformed in some way so that you can have a greater level of light and harmony operating in your life. And so for starters, maybe just close your eyes and tune in for a moment. So you're just tuning in your awareness to your breath, breathing into the belly and settling into your body, getting really present, allowing your mind to clear, just be present, being here now, letting all distractions fall away. And so as you're tuning in, I want you to think about the relationships in your life and just consider, are there relationships in your life that are really bringing you down, that are hurtful to your energy, damaging to you in some way, maybe just aren't for your highest good? And that doesn't mean they're irreparable. It just means you're noticing, okay, there's a change that needs to be made here. And this could be with anyone. It could be a partner, children, coworkers, anybody in your community, your world, your life. Just notice, what is your relationship with all of the people in your life, and which one or which of those relationships is really ready for either an upgrade or an end? And just write that down on your paper. Whatever comes to mind. And then next, do a scan for the work that you're doing. Is your work bringing you up? Or are there things or parts of your work that are really bringing you down? This doesn't have to be just a job. It could be your job. It could be the work that you do at home. It could be also overworking. Are you out of balance with your work? Are you overworking? Are you underworking and not feeling like you're contributing enough? And so this is all about work-life balance. Maybe even just tune in and rate yourself. Where is my work-life balance? And if you're retired or you don't work, maybe it's your purpose work. How much purpose work am I operating in? And does my life have purpose in it? And next is the news. What kind of news are you filling yourself with on a day-to-day basis? Are you listening to news that is bringing you down, that is causing fear in your field? Or are you listening to news that's bringing you up? So just notice and scan yourself. What kind of news am I listening to that's not supporting my highest good, my highest frequency? And if there's something that and it doesn't just have to be the television news, it could be social media news, it could be even the movies that you watch. If you're watching Netflix or Hulu or Prime or any of those channels, are you watching things that cause you more anxiety? And if so, What kind of upgrade can you make in your life? The things that you're surrounding with, the things that you're watching, listening to, things that you're talking to people with, these are the things that are going to have an effect on your energy, on your mind, on your psyche. So if there's something that's bringing you down, causing you fear, anxiety, upset, it's time to shift and upgrade those. Okay, next is your habits. What kind of habits could you stand to either transform, release, or upgrade? And this might be things like, just for example, procrastination, negative self-talk, talking gossip about others, speaking negatively about your reality, about what's going on in the world. How often do you rehearse your upsets? Just notice where could this come into alignment and balance? Next is substances. This is both foods and substances that we ingest. Are there substances in your life that maybe aren't feeling good in your body? For some people, that's certain categories of food, dairy or sugar. It might be alcohol. It might be caffeine, might be drugs, might be prescription drugs. It might be snacks, comfort food. This is all about aligning to a higher frequency. How often do you approach your food with intention and bless it and really commune with it before you consume it? Or are you just being mindless or thoughtless in what you're consuming throughout your days? Just notice if you can find some things as you scan yourself. What could I let go of or possibly consume less frequently? Even caffeine. I just reduced my caffeine intake to 25% of what I used to do, and I feel a lot better. And I don't need that caffeine now to get me charged up in the morning. I have natural energy. And that's just a habit that I decided to transform. Okay, so moving on. Control. What are you attempting to control that is destructive to your energy or to your emotions or to your experience in life? There's so many things going on that are out of our control. We can't control, what anybody else is doing. We can control our reactions. We can control our, how we're processing things. We can control our thoughts and our mood and our behaviors, but we can't control what anyone else is doing. So where in your life are you trying to control either someone else or something that would actually be much better left alone without your control? And that can also go for support. Some of us are over supporters because we want to help, we want to fix, we want to heal, the healers. A lot of you healers and supporters. It's a beautiful personality type to have, to be a supporter. But where are you trying to support someone that maybe is pushing you away and doesn't want that support? Or where are you trying to fix something that it really maybe isn't your place to try and fix? These are the things to assess. Is that bringing your energy down? Are you feeling neglected when that happens? And if so, what can you cut out? What can you just let be? Who can you give authority to take care of themselves, where you don't have to come in and fix everything for them? Remember, we are our own energy, and our own system is our first job. To have ourselves balanced, to have ourselves feeling grounded and harmonized. And if we're trying to give our energy away constantly, we can get really out of balance doing that. So just to check in first, does this person actually want my help? Do they need my help? Are they asking for my support? And learning to delegate too is an important part of that. So I'm going to leave that there. And I would love to invite you to just kind of consider to read through what you've written now for yourself, to read through what came up for you. And we're going to, during the meditation, we'll do a little release, a release work of all of these things. So there will be a letting go, and then there will be a filling up. And so was that insightful? If you gained some insight from doing that, or if you found something or noticed something that maybe you hadn't realized was bringing you down energetically, just put "I did" in the chat so I know whether this was helpful to you or not, or whether you were able to discover some things. You don't have to say what it was, but just to let me know. Yeah, I found something. Okay, great, epic. See, wonderful. Good. Lots of people found something. So keep this list, and your work going forward now is to harmonize these things that you've found. It's a gift to know that they exist so that you can bring harmony to all of the things that are out of balance in your life. And so this is really, and if you're okay with it, and thank you for all of the I dids, if you're okay with it, before we jump into the meditation, I'd love to share some about embodied meditation. Embodied ascension, which is what my work is all about. Sometimes I share this after the meditation, and people are so kind of far out there that they're not aware of what I'm saying. But if that's okay with you, if you want to hear about embodied ascension, just say "I do" or "yes" in the chat so I know that it's okay to share with you. Want to get your permission? Okay, yes, good. Thank you. Thanks for all the feedback. So, wonderful. Embodied ascension. And I used to call it just ascension training, but it's really embodied ascension, and people were confused. So as spiritual people, we meditate and we like going out, right? We like to get out of body and kind of feel all the good stuff that's out here. And it can feel traumatic to be in a body, especially when you're a star seed, an empath, a light worker. We feel so much in these bodies that it can be very uncomfortable to be in this density. It can be uncomfortable to be in a physical body. And so naturally, we want to get out and we want to explore the heavens, the cosmos, the multidimensional realities, our starseed origins. We love that, right? So the thing is, with embodied ascension, it's kind of like you get all of that and so much more, because you get to do that from inside the body. So embodied ascension is really, first, it starts with getting into the physicality, getting in touch, doing exercises just like the one we just did, where you start to understand the things in your world and your life. And we go much, much deeper to that in the training, but you start to understand, okay, there are all these things going on in my physicality that I get to let go of, that I get to process out. This is the shadow work that I get to overcome, because as long as that's there, what happens is things happen. And it's kind of like this, they happen out here, things happen to us, we experience trauma, and it starts out in our energetic body, sometimes our physical body. But if we don't process that out, what happens is it densifies. It gets heavier and it gets denser, and it starts to solidify in our bodies. It starts to wreak havoc in our physicality and the way things work. Someone who is in perfect health is, I guarantee you, someone who has done a lot of clearing work, a lot of trauma release, because they've made space in their bodies to hold more light. And the thing is, you can't do that from out here. You can't do that from outside the body. You've got to get in and feel it in order to process it out and let it go. And I call that excavating the dark seed. And in Embodied Ascension, I actually try to make it fun, where when you find something, you find a trigger, you celebrate it because it's great that you found it. Now you can pull that root out. You can follow that root to the deeper source, and you can start to unravel and pull those roots that are coming from this dark seed that is just a program that's running subconsciously and that has you not operating at full capacity. So that's where it all starts, is letting go of the shadow and creating more space for light, for more of the light that you truly are. Because excavating that trauma takes us then to a place where we're open and we're able to feel our hearts, feel our emotions. I know a lot of empaths shut down, especially in childhood, or possibly if you manage to stay open during childhood, you might have shut down after a heartbreaking relationship ended or something like that. And we put layers over our hearts. We put layers over our energy so that people can't hurt us. It's just a natural human reaction, and especially empaths. And I know because I did this as a child. I was very open, very, like communing with nature. But over time, I put up these walls. So by the time I was a young adult, I wasn't feeling much. No, I wasn't affected by anything. I was, I thought I was great. Oh man, that doesn't bother me a bit. But what was happening is my emotions were shut down because I stopped feeling, because I blocked that. Has anybody had that experience? If you know what I'm talking about, just say yep or yes in the chat. Where you've shut down your emotions. So part of this process of embodied ascension, it's your yes, I see lots of yeah, oh yeah, is letting go of that stuff that's been weighing on your heart and celebrating that you found it. Because when you're aware of it, you can make a change. If you're not aware of it, if it's subconscious, you can't change it. It's going to stay there. You're going to be operating on it. But as you become aware, you become conscious, just like the exercise we just did, you became conscious of a few things. Now you're able to pull out some of those old programs, reprogram yourself, move into a higher level of openness. You start to feel things again. Your emotions start to turn on. People will start crying for no reason. People will start, feeling love for no reason. What a wonderful thing, right? And you start to open up that emotional body, open up the heart, and then tune into the heart. And I have the diamond light of the heart, the diamond heart activation, which we do in Embodied Ascension. I actually have 5 divine light technologies that were given to me through my guidance. And I activate the participants into those divine light technologies, have you turn on your awakening experiences. And then you always have these technologies. They can help you open up psychically. They can help you with your gifts. They can help you ground, balance, and ultimately become magnetically attractive to all that you intend, and all of your intentions become attracted to you. Because as you let go of all of that old stuff that's no longer serving you, your frequency ascends, and it ascends from within the body. And when it does that, you start to feel good in your body again. And some of those things that maybe have been health-wise weighing on you, they start to heal, they start to remedy, they start to at least be addressed. It doesn't mean you're going to instantly be cured of everything that ever ailed you. It's a process, but you absolutely can heal. And I've seen it with my clients. You can heal your heart, you can heal physically, you can heal emotionally, and you heal energetically, and expand and transform so that you become aligned and balanced to your highest purpose. And then your purpose work is flowing from you. Even for so many of us who are star seeds, just holding a higher frequency and anchoring it here on the planet is our purpose work. And the really cool thing about that is that we entrain others. We actually, as we raise our frequency, other people will naturally their frequency will also rise just in being in our presence. And that's a beautiful thing. You know, the people who you're around, you can feel their presence. You can feel when someone's just in a wonderful mood and they inspire you, you can feel that it's contagious. And there are certain people that it's almost impossible to be in a bad mood around. We all love those people, right? If we want to be happy and we have those people in our lives, that's who we're going to call to hang out with, because they just bring us up. And your frequency, your ascended frequency, as you become a holder of higher frequencies, that's you. You are bringing up the world, the people, the places, the energy of the spaces that you step into. It just feels better. And maybe people don't know exactly what you're doing, but they can feel it and they will notice. And the other thing that it does is it starts to open doors. As you release that trauma work, as you let go of the things that the shadow stuff, new opportunities arise and you open up, and new people show up in your world. All kinds of things align because the universe is supporting you in all of this. And the universe recognizes, or you can call it God, the universe, the divine, whatever you like, recognizes when you're doing this work and sends you confirmation and sends you those opportunities and those alignments and those people that are of like frequency, that are a frequency match, to assist you, and so that you can help each other and grow the work. So, you know what? I want to put a link in the chat. I'm going to see if I can. So I am going to put this link to book an ascension call. If this resonates with you, you can book a free call to talk about it it's either with me or someone on my team. We'll talk about your vision, and we'll talk about the possibility of you being in ascension training and whether or not that feels like a good fit for you. I only do this by phone because it's not something you can just sign up for online, because I want it to be a good fit for you and for me and for the group. And I wouldn't just have anyone come into the container. You must be in the right place in your life and really ready to do this embodied ascension work and absolutely have the biggest transformation out of it. So I put that link there. Please feel free to book a call. I will be putting new times in next week if there isn't a time open for you, but I think we did open up several times specifically for this. So book a call, and I'd love to talk to you, or someone from my team will talk to you. And if you do that, just put me so I know that you're taking me up on it. I'd love to see how many of you have booked a call and how many of you I'm gonna get to talk to. I'd love to know. Me too. I'd love to know what's holding you back if you're hesitating. And here's the thing, life is now. So I know a lot of people feel like, oh, next week, next month, next year, I'll have time for this. But when you're thinking like that, it's always going to be next week. It's always going to be next month. It's always going to be next year. So I encourage you that life is now, and take that action, So I'll put it in one more time, and then I'm going to move on. Okay. And again, we can go over all of the details if you do get on a call with me. I'm not going to use up our group time for that. We're going to move into the meditation activation part. And so I just invite you to get comfortable. Just find yourself in a comfortable position. You can be seated. You can even lie down if you want to. We're just going to go into the meditation experience. So as you're getting settled, I just invite you first to start out by deepening your breath, closing your eyes. You can have your camera on or off, it doesn't matter. And really just tune in to your body. Notice what you're feeling. Just getting present in your body, feeling your energy, feeling whatever there is to feel. And breathing, slowing your breath, breathing deeply. And now as you're tune in, bring your awareness to your heart center and the light within your heart. And feel your heart light glowing. Feel the warmth of the light of your heart. This is your heart center. And feel it expanding out around your body, out around your chest. And then feel that heart light just expanding around your entire body. And now feel that light moving up through the top of your head and moving up all the way up to the central sun far above your head. Tune your awareness into the heart of the central sun. The central sun is the provider of light and information and ascension frequencies for our solar system sun. And it absorbs this, our sun of the solar system absorbs that light and reflects it to us so that we are able to receive divine light, codes of activation from the central sun. And so now just imagine those light codes, this information from the divine light, from the heart of the central sun, coming down into the crown of your head. And then just breathe and allow that light to move down your spine through every energy center, all the way to the base of your spine, lighting up your spine with divine light energy. And now we're going to have that continue. So this divine light, like a string of light or even a bolt of lightning, moving all the way down out of the bottom of your spine and into the center of the earth. And here we're going to make contact with the heart of the Mother Earth, the heart of Gaia, and just tune into the light. It's the divine feminine frequency light, the light of creation in the heart of the mother, nurturing creative energy. And now feel that energy moving up through the layers of the earth, moving up as if it's coming up on roots carrying liquid crystal plasma, the creative energy, the substance that all physical things are made from. And now that light, that plasmic energy, the creative energy is entering into the base of your spine, moving up your spine all the way up to the crown of your head. And then bring that light into your heart center and feel the light of central sun, that heart energy of central sun, combining with the heart energy of the center of the earth, and combining also with your heart center. And feel this expansion in your heart, an expansion of light, an expansion of harmony, and an expansion of divine alignment. It is the balance of the equinox energy above, below, and within, the trinity of light, the divine masculine and divine feminine, birthing the divine child. This is the innocent expression of truth, of inspiration, of creativity and curiosity, the birth of the divine child within you, activating with these light codes. The encoded information in this light is expanding now into every cell of your body. Feel it moving through your bloodstream, into every organ, into the tissues, into the bones, into the cells, and finally into the DNA. And in this light, we have the opportunity to activate our DNA to a higher light frequency, a higher frequency of information, a higher alignment to the ascended frequencies of the divine. So invite that light in your own personal way to activate whatever part of your DNA is ready to come online, to be turned on. Can be like flicking a light switch, activating your internal power source, allowing ascended frequencies, higher light frequencies into the body. And now we're going to feel that expanding all throughout our bodies, every energy center, and then all the way down to the bottoms of our feet, all the way up to the top of your head. Just feel this expansion of light activating, the light codes activating within you. Feel this upgrade. And it's up to you to allow it. You get to say, okay, I'm ready. I'm open, and I allow myself to expand, to activate, to transform in this light energy. And just breathe now, breathe into that activation, allowing yourself to feel whatever you're feeling. There's no right or wrong here, just noticing, becoming the observer within your body. What's happening? Do you see your DNA being activated? There is a crystalline blueprint within and around you. And now send this divine light, this encoded information, this light activation into the crystalline blueprint around your body, activating it with a higher frequency of light. And then feel that blueprint also in the inside of your body. You have a blueprint around every organ. This higher quotient of light, this divine blueprint holds the pattern of perfect health, perfect wellness. Just invite this light into your body, into every organ, to your bones, into your cells, into your DNA, and allow that integration, that harmony, the balance, the alignment to higher encoded information of light. Very good. And now coming to center, feel in your heart light, the golden light of divine consciousness. This is the Christ consciousness light of the golden realm. And feel the golden light, the golden realm around your body now, supporting you, holding space for you, and allowing you to have the upgrade. This for your perfect alignment, for your highest good at this time. And now in this beautiful golden light, it's time to recall, bring to mind those things that you wrote on your list in our writing exercise earlier on this call. Just get in touch. Don't have to remember everything or exactly what it is, but just get in touch with what it is within you that you're ready to upgrade, that you're ready to change. Because each one of those things, whether it's a relationship or the work you do or something chaotic going on in your life, it starts as a pattern. And we're going to go in and allow a reformation and a clearing of those patterns. And so bring to mind, it can be one thing or several things from your list that you are ready to upgrade, that you're ready to clear and allow your upgrade. And feel in your body, where does this correlate? Where in my body am I holding on to whatever it is that's causing me to rehearse this feeling, this relationship, could be this consumption that's not serving my highest good. Just get in touch with a body part, because it's always related to a part of your body when there's something that we get to clear. And if you're ready, if you're truly ready for an upgrade, then invite this golden light to hold a new pattern. To first, we're going to project the light into that space. So imagine the golden light projecting into your body, into the spaces, the organs, wherever it is that you feel that you need a clearing, projecting this light, allowing and asking your body to clear it. Part of it is getting permission. So get your body's permission. May we clear this. May we let this go and have an upgrade. And then imagine that this golden light it's like a lightning bolt, a stream of light or a laser beam of light. You can imagine it coming out of your hands if you'd like, and then just put your hands over those places on your body that might need an upgrade and a clearing, and allow that light to beam into you. And if you don't want to use your hands, just allow it to beam into you through the crown of your head like a divine light, lightning rod that is clearing out all of the shadow work, clearing out all of the chaotic patterns in order to allow for a higher experience of well-being in your body, in your mind, and in your spirit, your emotional body, your energetic body. Just allow that beam to continue for a few moments. And if there are other areas, maybe one clears and you feel something going on in another area of your body, just allow it to wash through and over your body. A few more seconds here. Good. And now imagine that there is a cleansing rain and it's coming. You could also think of it as a wave, like a wave in the ocean, just washing over you and carrying away any residue of the negativity, any residue of the shadow that was left behind, truly cleansing and clearing your field, your body, cleansing and clearing from within, and also your emotional body, and allowing the golden light to penetrate into new places that maybe it wasn't able to reach before. And now tune into your heart center and imagine feeling into the diamond light of the heart. This is the high frequency etheric diamond light of the heart. And just feel that diamond light activating. And as you feel it activating, notice, is there a new feeling? Is there an opening? Perhaps something stirring that you didn't feel before. Just allow yourself to feel and open and allow the diamond light of the heart to expand out around you. And this is a multidimensional portal that can connect across all time, dimension, space, and reality. And so now in this space, I invite you to connect to your vision for the new earth, for 5D and higher experience of life embodied on this planet. What does it feel like to step in to the new earth reality, the golden realm, where there is more connection? Feel yourself connected to all of the others on the call now and in the future. Feel your connection to all people who are ascending and in their ascension process at this time, whether they're conscious or unconscious of it. And now feel your heart connection moving out into connection to your guides, to your angels, the archangels that are supporting you, to your ascension guides, and to your galactic family, to your lineage, your heritage that has come before. Feel your heart connection and feel the support the immense support and love that is here for you in every moment, that is always available to you. Know that you can tune in to this support consciously anytime and allow it to expand your vision of the new earth. What does it feel like to be in this higher frequency state of living on this planet at this time? How connected do you feel to other people, to nature, to the trees, to the earth, to the water? And in this vision, notice the brilliant colors, the elimination of pollution, so that our skies are beautifully clear, that our water is clean, that all animals have clean environments and clean air to breathe and swim in, and that us as humanity support this vision of a greater light, a clean earth, a sustainable way of living and being, connected to our families, to our friends, to our soul family and friends, connected to our higher guidance, with access to our spiritual gifts, with access to divine mind, where we get infinite creative ideas that are uplifting to the whole. Just feel your own personal experience of this new earth vision, whether you see it or feel it or experience some knowing of it. Doesn't matter how, just allow yourself to be in the space of knowing and hold that vision. And in this moment, I invite all of the ascended guides and masters, the angels and archangels, and the guides of all who are doing this work to support this vision, so that we as a community of light are able to effortlessly hold this vision of divinity for our reality. The golden realm is available to us now. We are stepping into it. We are allowing it to inform our bodies, our minds, and our lives, to allow high thinking and positivity to permeate our thoughts, to renounce fear-based and lack consciousness, to step into knowing that the universe is for us in every moment. The universe is supporting you. The universe is in our favor, and we have already won. We have already created this reality. It is here, and we are allowing ourselves to interact with it and step into it more and more with every breath, in every moment, holding this vision of the divine, I am. And now just breathe into that vision and the frequency, the energy of it, breathing it in to your physical body, allowing yourself to center, align, balance, and ground that energy into your body, feeling your connection to the earth, to the stars, to your galactic heritage, to your earth lineage, feeling it align and balance, just asking internally for this alignment to take stake within you and have a stronghold, so that you are an energy keeper, a frequency holder of the new earth. Breathing deeply to the base of your spine, knowing that this is done, so be it, it is so. And I invite you now to start coming back to awareness of your physicality, your physical body, returning to presence within the body, and tune into your heart and open your heart to send gratitude to all of the guides and masters that assisted in this upgrade today, knowing that you have anchored this light, whether you feel it now or whether it's unfolding in the future days, weeks, and months. This upgrade will continue to expand within and around you. And just breathe and begin to fully come back to awareness now, feeling restored, feeling rejuvenated, feeling more awake, more focused, more inspired than you were before you began. And then bringing full awareness, you can wiggle your feet and your knees, your hips, your midsection, your shoulders, your head. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes, fully present, fully aware. Come on back. All right, so as you're coming back, it might be a good time to have a drink of water, just to kind of get like back to present. Also, that water will help you sort of continue the flow and the activation that you just did. All right, and I am going to now open up for questions and open up. Remember what I said in the beginning, and in case you weren't here in the beginning, this is recorded, this will be shared. So while I'd love to open up for questions now, I just would ask that you try and keep your questions more global rather than personal, rather than sharing, you know, something that you maybe wouldn't want to share with people. You don't know how many people. So it can be questions about really anything you want. It can be about the new earth. It can be about your ascension process or the global ascension process or anything else. I just want to kind of invite you to just be conscious of what you're sharing and also try and make it relevant to the whole rather than just the personal. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you to raise your hand. There's a little reactions, at least on my computer, it says reactions at the bottom. And if you click on that, you can see, you can raise your hand. And so if you raise your hand, I can call on you. And if you want to share back something from your experience, that's perfectly fine. Or if you want to ask a question, that's fine too. So I will begin. Lori, go ahead and unmute yourself, and then you can ask your question.
Okay. You spoke about the central sun, and I'm confused. Is this and then you talked about the solar sun, and I didn't know if they were the same thing. I thought whenever I've heard you meditate, you talk about the central sun, and I think that is the sun in the sky. Is that what you're talking about?
Okay, great question. Thank you for that. So there is, and this is a whole body of work, but I'm gonna give you the nutshell version as best I can. You can think of it as we have a solar system sun, and there are other solar systems that have suns, right? And then like beyond that, our universe has a central sun. So this is the central sun that informs the sun of our solar system. So you can really think of the central sun as divine source energy. You can think of it as the ultimate holder of light frequencies, light codes for our universe. And that comes to us through, let's say if we were to be beamed by that just directly, probably be overwhelming. It might like blow us away, right? So it comes through our our solar system sun. And then you've probably, if you've been with me for a while, been following me, you know I'm a sun gazer, and I strongly believe in going out in the sun and receiving those light frequencies into my body with intention through my eyes and through my skin and going out, especially at sunrise and sunset, to receive the light of our sun, because our sun is receiving from central sun and then reflecting that to us, encoded information in light codes informing us from divine source of our universe.
But you don't want to look directly at the sun, do you? Because that's harmful to your eyes.
Well, that is a myth.
Oh,
But
really?
I will say,
Okay.
let me follow that up by, yeah, there's a whole world of sun gazing, which you can learn about. I'm a sun gazer. I've been doing it for quite some time. I have trained myself to be able, I can look at midday sun and be fine. That is not the case. If you haven't practiced, don't do that. I don't suggest anybody ever does that. And here's the other thing. If you have a fear-based thought that it's harmful to you, well, you're the creator and you will create that, right? So before you do any sun gazing, first go in and check that idea that has been given to you, handed down. I don't know why, but our humanity has been told that myth, possibly to slow down our awakening. I don't know, just speculating here. But once you realize, oh, wow, the sun is actually full of light codes and upgrading me, and you go out and interact and commune with it and ask it, I can go out and look at the sun and be instantly, just transformed in amazing ways. So I would invite you. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. There is a whole training where you look around it. You don't look right at the center of it at sunrise or sunset as it's, not so bright. And you look around it for 10 seconds or 5 seconds. And then you expand it by a few seconds every day for a period of time. That can be a way to sort of indoctrinate or get yourself used to it. But it's really so important to go in with the intention. If you have any feeling like this is harmful to me or this might hurt me, you've got to deal with that first before you do it, because you will create that. Okay, so go into it knowing this is an upgrade for me. Look up sun gazing. There are teachers of sun gazing. Love to have one on my next summit.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah, go ahead.
How did you learn about the central sun?
I traveled with a shaman. It's been a long time ago now, in my youth, in my 20s. And he was a walk-in spirit, and I studied with him for 3 years, and that's when I learned.
Okay. I think I've asked enough. I better.
Okay. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you.
I appreciate your questions. Okay. Next, I'm going to go to, sorry, I'm going to put my glasses on here. Is it Ayana?
Yes, thank you.
Did I say that right?
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
that's correct. Yeah. My question, how to accelerate the individual ascension when the global collective ascension is slower and feels like a burden to the personal upgrade?
Beautiful question. Thank you. So how to do that when, yeah, the global seems like it's maybe either slow or not happening. You are your own priority. Your ascension is first. So first of all, don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Don't worry about your neighbor. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing in the realm of their own spirituality. Your job is you. And everything that we just went through, and communing with the sun, tuning into the golden realm, holding the vision of the new earth, creating that vision, expanding on that vision, that is what's going to have you go faster. You can go, I mean, you can walk into new earth right now. I've been in and out of it many times. It's available to us. And it's just a matter of, yes, collectively, we're not there yet, but we're incrementally getting there. So by you doing this work, by you holding the frequency, ignoring the fear, and that is so important. What is going to slow down the process? Fear-based thinking, lack consciousness, and notice how it's broadcast everywhere. So the collective is getting inundated with fear. Yes, that does slow things down, but only to a certain extent. And ultimately what that's going to lead to is so many more people waking up. It's already happening. So work on yourself, work on opening your heart. Continue to just allow yourself to receive these ascended frequencies and anchor them into your body, and be in nature and share them and receive and share from nature. And you're going to go fast. You know, it's all about your intention. Call on your ascension guides. You have an entire team of guides that are here for you, but you have to ask. Remember to ask. They don't interfere. They don't intervene unless we ask. So keep asking in your daily meditations for support, for upgrades, for expansion. Keep looking for, okay, that shadow's coming up again. Just because you do shadow work once doesn't mean it's not going to happen again. It's going to keep happening, but you're going, as you clear it, you're going to come out at a higher level and a higher level and a higher level, and you'll be better and better at clearing it. So don't get down on yourself when negativity strikes. Just notice it, clear it, and again, find your focus in the positivity that you're looking for. It doesn't mean that you, and sometimes it means you ignore the fear. It doesn't mean you ignore what's going on around you. You can still participate absolutely 100% in life, but look for the things that are going to bring you up, not down. Look where you can contribute and bring other people up. And this is how, as a global community, we all rise together. Is that helpful?
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
You're
Very
welcome.
nice. Said.
You're welcome. Okay, Milani, or Manali, sorry. Manali, it's your turn.
Hi, Waxela. How are you?
Hi, great. How are you?
Hi. So my question is, when I think of New Earth, I usually get these visuals and feelings and everything. So I wanted to ask you, what is your vision of the New Earth? So I would really like to know that.
Beautiful. Okay. I absolutely golden light. I see golden light in the New Earth, but that also represents, and it's been called the golden realm. It's not like we're walking through pure gold, but it's the frequency of golden light, if that makes sense. So whether or not it's actually gold doesn't matter. The frequency is golden. And when I have, stepped into that world, it's like in the meditation, the skies are clear and there's no pollution. The people are connected. We actually have telepathy and we're psychically connected to where you don't have to call someone on the cell phone to tell them what's going on. You tune into their frequency and you share from your heart, hey, this is what's going on. And they receive that message at whatever level they're able to. And so there's a much, much stronger psychic connection. There's a much stronger heart connection. We feel each other's emotions. We feel where everyone else is. So when you're in New Earth and somebody's hurting, the collective feels it. So it's not possible to have people that are suffering and in pain and unsupported, because everyone knows it and everyone feels it as their own pain, and then they're supported, they're assisted, they're brought back into alignment. So, and it's not that we don't get to feel negative feelings, but when support is needed, support is given. It's felt and it's given generously. There is, I'm not entirely clear on the financial structure of it, but money is not like it is now. There is not the, 9 to 5 working for corporations type of thing. There is purpose work. Everyone does their purpose work. Everyone does the work that lights them up, that they are here to do. Everyone contributes in their own way. There is much more community rather than living in individual homes. While that's totally fine, you want to live individually, there's also lots and lots of community events and gatherings and community living for those who want it. And, you know, it just goes on and on and on. So I could riff all day on this, but that kind of gives you a foundational understanding. This is how I see it. Now, if you see it differently, that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong and I'm right, because that doesn't matter. You can envision your new earth the way that you want to. And ultimately what it is a higher frequency reality where when we step into it, we're experiencing that thing that is perfect for us to experience.
Yes. True. I was actually going to ask you that as the second part of the question, and you answered it already. So that was amazing.
See, we're already connected. All right, wonderful. Thank you, Manali.
Thank you.
And Jocelyn writes, everyone should make their own visual of what they think 5D is, because what we are doing is creating that 5D earth. Totally agree. I think that's a great idea. Write it out, journal it, you know, come up with ideas. All right, Mark, you're not unmuted, so I'm gonna move on. If you do figure out how to unmute, I'll come back to you. Rena, I'd love to call on you next. Can you unmute yourself?
Hello, Waxela. Yeah, my question is this like new age practice? I don't even actually know the term new age, but I'm in the Philippines where the practice is what do you call this? The religion is mostly Catholic, so I really feel aligned to this new earth, and I actually bravely talk about it. But that's what's actually the question that I'm getting is that I don't know if it's a block or something. So can you help me address it?
Yeah.
The thing about New Age and Catholicism. Um, I, so I just really need help on that possibly.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you, Rena. So this is not a religion. This is not, you're not required to be any religion or not be any religion. This is spirituality. So spirituality is not about religion. If you want to, you know, if you want to label it, you can label it. But I don't. I mean, some people might think this is new age material. That's fine. It doesn't matter if you want to call it that. It's meditation, it's activation, it's tuning into the earth and the stars and energy. What it is really energy work, and it's spirituality. Spirituality is personal and it's internal. So no one can tell you, you know, what your personal connection to the divine should be like. That's your choice. And this work that I do, is spirituality work, is about opening up to your personal connection with the divine energy, whatever you call it. Some people, you know, if you call it God, if you call it the universe, you know, it doesn't matter by any name. I know there are all of the different religions will have different words, but it's not religious. This is non-religious spirituality. So it's open to anyone of any religion. I've had many Catholic people go through my Embodied Ascension training program and come out feeling very uplifted and transformed. And it only conflicts with your religion if you think that it does. And that's personal. You get to decide that. So hopefully it doesn't. It's intended to be universal. And I do feel like this is universal to humanity. It's not, you know, it can't be categorized as one thing or another. This is universal spirituality. So that's my take on it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope that was helpful.
It
Okay,
is.
good. Sylvia, you're next.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
So I would like to ask one question. So what does it mean? Okay, it's you. What does it mean and what do one do when he or she gets waken up during the night by high-pitching noises?
Mhm.
And then there's TV in the room and it's going on and off, and then it's like that for a couple of minutes and then everything is quiet again.
Interesting. Okay, first of all, if it's possible to get that TV out of your room, I'd do that first. If it's not, if you're kind of stuck with the TV in your room, in your bedroom, where you sleep, I would absolutely unplug it at night. And I would also cover it with a shawl or tapestry or whatever, when you're not using it. Would unplug it and cover it when you're not using it, then just only turn it on when you're using it. There are frequencies coming through that. And me personally, I wouldn't want to sleep in the room with the television, unless I'm at a hotel or something and I have no choice. Even at a hotel, I will cover it with a shawl. And I also unplug Wi-Fi when I'm sleeping at night because those frequencies can interrupt my sleep. I'm very sensitive. I can relate to you on this. I am very sensitive to high-pitched frequencies and just frequencies in general. I can hear the Wi-Fi when it's on. I can hear things that are plugged in. So they actually disrupt my sleep if I leave them on. So, but what it sounds like you have going on, and it's very possible that in this situation, your guidance is trying to get your attention, because hearing high-pitched frequencies oftentimes is your guidance or is an upgrade happening. And then when it's partnered with a TV turning off and on, somebody's definitely trying to get your attention. So what I would do if that happens to me, and things like that do happen to me, what I would recommend is to, first of all, whenever I hear a high pitch frequency that I know isn't like the Wi-Fi modem, I will, if it's because they're audible, like you really notice when they happen, right? It's like, okay, there's something going on. Yeah, it's noticeable, and it comes with an energy too. You can kind of feel the energy of it. So first of all, just stop what you're doing if you can. If you're in a place where you can stop what you're doing, close your eyes, tune in, take a couple breaths, and ask it. Ask it, who are you? What would you like to share with me? What is it that you have to share with me today? And then just be quiet and listen. And you might find that, go into meditation, and you might find that you start to see or feel or hear or know something. It might start to offer you some information, or sometimes it's just a feeling. I shouldn't say just, because feelings are very valid and important. If you notice different things in your body, sometimes I'll tune into a pitch that's coming in, and I'll suddenly feel, we'll just say, for instance, my knee, like, what's going on in my knee? And I'll tune in. I'm like, oh, I have some energy that needs to be cleared there. Maybe I picked something up from a session I was in or whatever. So sometimes it's calling for a clearing, but it's a way that your guidance can interact with you, can communicate with you with frequencies. So first thing is just pay attention. Get quiet and still and ask, and then invite it to share information with you. What is it that you'd like to share with me? And then with the TV, I feel like that's just hey, I'm really trying to get your attention. And once you start doing that and listening and tuning in when you hear the pitches, that'll stop probably.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. I will go, I said till quarter after the hour, but I'll go for another till the half hour. So I can take a few more questions if anybody has them. Go ahead and raise your hand. Or if you can't figure out how to raise your hand, you can unmute yourself. All right, Madeline.
Hi.
Hi.
So I was looking at the phone calls that the link that you sent, and I kind of, because it's already far away. I was so much into that meditation. So the phone call is to rise. Can you go over that again?
Yeah, absolutely. It's for, if you're interested, I spoke earlier, I don't know if you were on the call before the meditation, about embodied ascension. And that is the program that's my signature program, 30 years of my life experience condensed into a 6-month program. And so if that feels like something that you're interested in, and I'll send out the replay of this tomorrow so you can re-listen, but if it feels like something that's aligned with you and you want to explore the possibility of that for yourself, you can book a call to discuss that possibility. And also it's kind of a visioning call to step into your vision of what you'd like to create in your life. And that's what that link is for. And I'll actually drop it again, just since it came up. And if there's anybody that didn't see it earlier. Okay. So
Thank
feel
you.
free to, well, it's a free call and it's just an opportunity to have a conversation and see if that's a good fit for you with no obligation.
Thanks. And just to come back to the high pitched tones,
Yes.
I always thought they were, I don't know how you call them in English, maybe tinnitus, I'm not sure, but like they come in and for no reason, and I thought it was my ears. I didn't think it was anything special. That's very interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a different thing. It's, you know, it's not that constant ringing, which I don't have, so I don't know what that's like, but I know people that have had it. It's the frequencies are oftentimes guidance communicating or upgrades. It can also be an ascension symptom. I always go in and ask, what is this when that happens? So yeah.
Great tips. Thank you.
Very common too. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. Anybody else have a question? I was just kind of looking at some of the comments. I know there are a lot of them. All right, Jeremy. Nice to see you. Go ahead.
Yes, hello, Waxela.
Hi.
Yeah, so just to kind of segue from the previous stuff, because I've been having a lot of very vivid dreams, and I feel like I'm experiencing the new earth.
Yes.
And I didn't know if there's like something you can elaborate on, because I'm talking, it's like I wake up and walk out in my hallway and I'm still in a dream. And I'm like, okay, and I'm gonna fly and I'll hover in my dream. Like it's getting to the point where it's almost like scaring me. You know, it's like, where am I? Am I on a different dimension? Is this just a mind space or something else? So I don't know if anybody else, I'm sure a lot of the viewers can also relate to that, but I've just been having some really vivid dreams and kind of questioning, and if it's my consciousness, if I'm experiencing other dimensions, or, you know, vice versa. So thank you so much for all that you do.
Oh, absolutely. I love that question, or I love that, you know, what you're sharing. So hold on, I hear a dog. I think we got it muted.
That was my dog, sorry.
It's okay. Yes, I would say what's going on there, just from what I'm hearing or feeling right now from guidance, is you are let me just tune in for a sec. Okay, I hear a couple of things. New Earth Creator and Vision Bridge. I've never heard that before. Your New Earth Creator and Vision Bridge. So you're bridging, you're actually going in dream time. Your body's falling asleep. Then your consciousness is really free to go do some of this work. This is part of your work. You're pulling visions in. You're meant to have these experiences. You're meant to remember them. You're having these lucid experiences. It happens to me too. So I can totally relate. I'm like, yeah, I know I can fly. I've done it so many times. And then you're pulling these visions into this reality that's more dense, right? It's a little denser, and we're not as activated in our abilities, but you're pulling them in to anchor them into this frequency to help the ascension process, to help everybody's upgrade. So just keep doing what you're doing. Don't be afraid of it. It's not something to be fearful of. You can think of it as a lucid dream, but it's really dream work that you're doing. A lot of us go to dream school and do things while we're sleeping, while our bodies are sleeping. Sometimes, most of us aren't conscious of it, but sometimes we are. I've been in some amazing dream school circles, and there's a lot of cool stuff going on. So if it's something you want to experience that you haven't, set your intention before you go to bed and ask your guidance to take you to the perfect dream school and allow you to remember some of it in your waking life, because it can get really fun and exciting. So yeah, your job is to just do what you're doing, not to be afraid of it, to allow those experiences that you're having using to inform your reality in quote unquote this reality. And just keep bringing them in and trusting them, allowing them, expanding upon them. What you focus on expands. So you're going to be getting more of those as you allow and settle in and trust. I think trust is a big piece of it too. If you're fearful of it, you're going to kind of put the kibosh on it. But if you're trusting of it, you're going to allow it to continue to expand and open up. And I know it can be weird and scary. I've had plenty of experiences like that I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is okay. I don't know if I'm going too far here, but just keep playing with it. If something feels uncomfortable, you can pull back a little bit or question it. Always go into contemplation. Like, what is this? Why am I experiencing this? How can I use this? How can I, make best use of this? How does this affect my highest good and the highest good of all? Curiosity is so important. It's like one of the most important characteristics in this process, because we're going into uncharted territory and it's not the status quo. It's not what we're used to experiencing. We're going to be having multidimensional experiences. We're going to be having magical experiences, and it doesn't always feel comfortable or familiar, but nevertheless, we are the way showers. We bring those things to this reality. And when we share them, like you just did, that helps everybody open up to, oh, we can do that. Oh, dream school. I want to do that. I want to remember that. Oh, we can be a bridge for visions and create the new earth. Yes. So the more we share, the more that opens up for everyone. So really that's what it is for you. I feel like your work is just to keep doing that, keep sharing it, keep bringing it in, and then just keep playing and expanding and being curious with it. Thank you. That was great. Okay, we are past the half hour, so I think I'm going to end the questions there. I will go back and read everybody's comments. I wasn't able to read and do everything else at the same time, but I appreciate your energy. I appreciate all of you coming and just sharing this time with me. I know that what we did today was an upgrade for this entire reality. And I invite each one of you to go into your lives and continue to open up into your vision of the new earth and anchor it into this reality and allow yourself to trust it, allow yourself to fortify it, allow yourself to expand and embody it. We get to bring it into these physical bodies and really upgrade and have fun and play and tune out the fear broadcast. There's no place for that in the new earth. All right, everybody, thank you so much. I'm going to end there. If you want to unmute and say goodbye as you're tuning out, I invite you all to just unmute and say goodbye because it's kind of fun. And I'll go to gallery view.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody. Thank you so much. Love you
Thank
all.
you.
Appreciate you
Thanks a
all.
lot.
Bye-bye.
Bye.